You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network. No matter the time or the season, we're open and available 24/7. Shouldn't your dealership be too? Carumba.com, the convenient online used vehicle marketplace. Register your independent dealership now. All right, guys, I am on location at Ideal Print and Copy, located right in the heart of near Old Town Temecula. If you have not been to Old Town Temecula, you would know that we're sitting in a wonderful space that is right in the midst of everything happening in the wine country of Temecula Valley. And I'm at a business that I have been a faithful patron of myself for a number of years, but they also do some excellent work, and it's a family-owned business, which makes it even nicer. So today we're going to have an opportunity to speak to the owners, and the family's next generation is also a part of this equation today. So I have David, Perchia, and Jonathan. So we're here at Ideal Print and Copy, and as it sounds like the place that you want to come to make sure that you have all your business needs. So your business cards, your posters, your flyers, all of the necessary things to confront business responsibilities as an owner, right? And today I'm having an opportunity to have a discussion with these guys. And I'm so excited about this interview because for a long time, I've come in and out of this business, and each and every time I've come in, you guys have always been very professional, very pleasant. You've always addressed whatever it is that your customers need. So I want to say welcome, guys, to LouddMouth Radio Network. How are you today?
Very good. Very good.
Wonderful. So, look, I'm going to let one of you guys just kind of step in and start this first part of the conversation. And I got to ask you, how long have you guys been in business? And why did you guys start off with a print and copy business?
Okay. Do you want me to answer?
Come on, David. I love it. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So, Ideal Print and Copy is basically, if you can look on our windows, since 2010, which makes us 13 years.
Very nice.
Now, I'm in the printing industry almost kind of forever.
Yes.
When I was young, 20.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's only been about 15 years there for you, huh, David?
Yeah. I had owned another business before. It was a pre-press, which is
nice.
service, color separations and film output. It was in Culver City for 13 years. So, and I was a pre-press manager at the big print shop. So I was in the printing industry forever.
Yes.
But this business, as Ideal Print and Copy, 13 years.
Very nice.
Now,
and you were in Culver City prior.
Yeah, Culver City.
And then you came into Temecula.
Yes.
Smart guy. Such a difference, such a change.
Yeah. We came here because we always like to have a good schools for the kids.
Yes.
So every place that we went, he's always been looking at the kids. You know, what's the schools, this district, and then we look at houses around there.
I heard that. It makes sense.
Yeah, and we love it. Temecula. We are here in Temecula for what? 15, 16 years already? No, more. What am I talking about? The 13 is not just a business.
2006.
2006. Yeah.
17 years.
Yeah. Time's fly. Yeah. And so regarding the printing, why did I open? Because I was working as a pre-press manager in Chatwood. It was an entertainment company, and it was a big layoff during the big recession, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
And I'm too old to work for someone
else. Listen, the freedom that came with that uproar, right?
Yes.
It was a good disruption. It was a good disruption.
Yes.
It's like even now, since COVID, people have been pushed to do and make some decisions that have been, what you might have thought was a bad thing.
Yeah, it was a bad thing back then.
Right.
But remember, I was working in Chatworth and living in Temecula. Now I wasn't commuting. I wasn't commuting every day. It was crazy. So
it was still a hike.
It was
it was a hike when you took it. Yeah.
Yes, it was quite a hike. So anyway, so something like went bad. As you think something went bad, came out to be something sweet. Which means I opened up my own business. I couldn't find any work. I said I'm too old for this crap. So I So
The
I
best
opened up my own.
motivator. It's always the best motivator.
Yeah. Self-employed. I was self-employed before, but they
Yes.
offered me such a great job in a big company, and it was nice, like a high-tech kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. I loved it there. There's no question
Exactly.
about it. But this one, much better. I live it here.
Passing
work.
the torch.
Yeah, work in Temecula, live in Temecula, much easier life.
Yes.
And like I said, if ever one of the things that can press a button and print something coming out of the other side of the printer, it's not. That's true.
Right.
It's require a lot of knowledge of color, registration,
Yes.
paper stock and stuff. I mean, it's not, it's not pressing a button. It doesn't print like people think.
I know.
So
It's not just walk in and go to the printer copy center.
I mean,
and
look,
say
if you
blue.
print black and white copy,
Yeah.
it's who cares? I mean,
Yeah.
everybody, you can do it in Staples. I mean, nobody.
But this is definitely a lot more specialized.
Yes.
And I think what I love about you guys is that you guys are always willing to consider what it is that's needed.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about you guys, you always take account for what you're able to do time wise. You give quote based upon the jobs, and then I think is even probably best to say that when it comes to an individual's desire of something, you guys have a lot of patience. I know that you guys do some design work as well.
We do. I was actually started as a designer.
Right.
I never actually learned printing. When I was in the 20s, I went to a design school.
Oh, very
and then I
nice.
fell in love with the printing aspects in the pre-press
Right.
beginning.
The
Remember, there's
fulfillment.
3 stages. There's the
Right.
design, pre-press, and press.
Correct.
And then I went to pre-press, and I loved it because it
Yes.
was very desirable. I got good monies and everything, and it was like, I love the process. Now everything's computerized.
That's it.
What I used to do manually and stuff and hard work, now it's done straight on the computers and
Correct.
stuff. So I
Correct.
saw everything how it
You've been
goes.
transitioning, David.
Yeah,
You've
I
been
was
evolving.
transitioning from manual into
Yes.
digital.
Yes.
Digital. So I was interrupted.
No, I think that you give a good account for what has happened. Technology is always constantly changing.
Yes, and you have to move forward with it. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I did move forward. Now, one of the things that you mentioned that's a lot of printers doesn't want to do small jobs.
No, that's
And
true.
because, and it's true. It's because you spend a lot of time.
It's taxing,
Yeah,
right.
it takes a lot of time and it's a little money. But we found out that we have to treat everybody equal. You know what I'm saying? So we're
Yes.
doing small jobs, and guess what?
And they lead to
Small
bigger.
job bring
Yeah.
You know,
and the
many
consistency
times,
of
yeah.
things.
And of course, the same person will give it to another person. Listen, again, they get you a good job. This by
Absolutely.
itself actually worth the couple of dollars that they did. And,
Exactly.
you know, so
And then too, it's also I think a part of that is that even the smaller jobs, they usually, like for instance, business cards. There's so many they're going to run, but they're going to come back.
yeah.
So you already have the
repeat.
file, so it just makes it a little bit easier. But what's really happening is that you're creating that alliance, and then there's that that relationship that starts to connect the dots. And as business owners, we all have to have these types of things at some point, right?
Right.
The marketing materials, the print materials, and there's always the need to replenishing. So that's awesome. So for you, starting this business, and if you would, it just introduce how your family dynamic came to be a part of the equation once you guys opened up.
Well, we started because I'm better at all the office administration, the accounting, and the
Yes.
paperwork. David is very good and excellent at the printing and the design and all this. So we kind of, decided to work together, although it's hard, but we, me doing all the paperwork, taking him, he doesn't need to deal with paperwork and phones,
Right.
and instead of paying for someone else to work for you, because when it's your business, you want to be here and you want to make sure that everything works fine.
Correct.
So that's how we kind of started.
You got the front end of the house.
Yes, I started
Yes.
slowly because I came from a different background, not the printing
What-
at all.
what were you doing prior
I
to?
was a nanny. I was a preschool teacher before. So,
can see that.
Yeah, so I came from.
I told y'all she got patience. I should have known.
I do, and that's why I do most of the customer service
Yes.
and the customer front. I do,
Yes.
and when they need more professional advice, so David come in and give the professional advice, and
Yes.
I do whatever I can now that I learn more about the business and I know more. I can.
Yes. You can
help
communicate
more.
more.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Of course, at the beginning, David it was all on him,
Mm-hmm.
but right now, we kind of everybody has his place in this office. Everybody knows what he does,
Yes.
and it's very important for us that we treat the customer the best we can,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how it is. And then Jonathan, he joined us because he graduated college.
Okay.
And you know-
and Jonathan's your son.
Yeah, Jonathan is our youngest son.
Okay.
And we kind of dragged him into the business.
Sounds like I got sucked up in here.
Yeah, he did.
That's
But
awesome.
he needed a job,
Okay.
and until he'll find his niche and what he really want to do,
Mm-hmm.
so that's give him some time.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
That's wonderful. So, Jonathan, what did you major in?
I majored in music.
Oh, wonderful.
I originally thought I was going to teach music, but
Okay.
then I just decided to get some degree in music would be a good enough,
Start.
accomplishment.
Yeah.
and so now I just have more skills to learn, and didn't find a job immediately, so I figured I'd be, I guess, an extension of my father's hands here, learn a couple physical skills, and as we've mentioned here, being mechanically minded is an art and a science that's dying, and so
Wonderful, right.
to have some exposure to that, and
Yes.
the process is good.
Exactly. It's so funny. I'm a musician as well, and Dave, you talked about going to a art institute. I attended an art college myself, but I remember making that transition from art and then getting into business and learning the dynamic of both sides. And I tell people it's very, very rare, but I know that, like for me, I tap on the creative and the analytical side, which most times people are on one side of their brains most times. So for you as a music major, that's totally on the creative side on one side. Here's the other side that's allowing you the application of the business and the analytical side of things. Even though with music, though, especially if you're, I don't know how deep if you're physically writing and creating. So there is a process still that has this analytical aspect to it.
But I can't say I'm one of the rare people who enjoys both sides equally.
That's the next thing, right? But you know what? But it helps to grow you. You know what I mean? It helps to give you another level of challenge that is out of your comfort zone, which is good. It's easy to just kind of stay where we are, do the things that we know to do.
That's right.
So you guys have shown, I think, as a whole unit, you guys have shown that you guys are open to taking that challenge and progressing yourselves. Because for you, David, you went from being in corporate, going back and forth, and then technology's changed. I can remember just over the last 15, 20 years, how much has changed from softwares to computers to printers, and things is moving so fast. But for you guys a lot, you have these large machines. They require a lot, just the maintenance alone on them. So it's pivotal that from a consumer side of the business that's coming to you guys, that you want to make sure that people understand that, we can do business cards and stuff like that, but we can do way much more than that. You have the equipment, you have the space, you have the capability of doing the fuller levels of higher print and jobs and stuff like that. It's such a wide range and wide variety of aspects, for you all, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're a small business, and a lot of people don't realize, even though we're a small business, we can do so many things, not just the business cards and the flyer. We can do the signs, we can do the poster, we can do the banners, flyers, catalogs. We can do so many things. So it's hard, to put it all out.
Can't
there.
minimize it, right?
Yeah,
right. So in other words, if you guys have something you need, you can contact Ideal Print and Copy, give them the aspect of what it is that you need as far as your deliverables. For instance, we're in California, so trade shows and stuff like that is always abundant. I know we had that time period where things slowed down, which I will say to you, it's incredible. Let me give you guys this, tip my hat to you. That you guys do have a physical storefront business here, and just that thought I can think about. For almost a year, California, we were shut down almost a good year after COVID. So a lot of people, the level of activity in California is substantial, especially like trade shows and stuff like that. So to go through that time period of that 16 to 18 months when COVID, the onset of COVID and things shut down, how did y'all adapt to, and how did your business look during that time period? Did it fall down or did it shoot up?
It wasn't actually that bad. It was kind of shocking in the beginning.
Yes.
But then basically jobs still pouring in. The only thing we did, what we call a pickup, curb pickup.
Yes.
So no much interaction with people. They order and we just did it and put it outside, and people pay over the phone versus just hand us a credit card. So, if I look at the year, the terrible year, it wasn't end up to be extremely terrible. It was
only the beginning was a little bit rough, but then it just picked up and we did pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
I was going to say a lot of businesses started during that time period, and then people were home, and I can just imagine, what for every bit that may have fell off on the physical contact side, there was still a lot of things that you guys were able to do beyond that.
Yes.
So even now, we're at a point now where you're starting to see a lot of the things coming back, conventions and trade shows and stuff like that. So, like, what's the one thing that you guys haven't done, maybe as from an opportunity of a client opportunity that you guys would like to do?
Well, I'll tell you first, for trade show, we do a lot of stuff because like retractor panels, like table covers, and a lot of stuff.
The promotional materials.
Material. We do a lot. I mean, look, we farm things out. We don't do things here, but we have things that we do it's not, it's not capability in our shop, but we farm out. Like retractable actually could do also in house as well. But like a table covers, easy ups, we do actually beautiful one, very heavy duty. It's not like the stuff that's falling apart after a year. What we don't do like garment or something like that. So if you want something a shirt, it is not our thing.
Right.
This is mostly like hats and stuff like that, hats, shirts, stuff like that.
Right.
It's never been in our interest, kind of thing, and we don't have the capacity, and we don't want to, to get into. This is the only thing that we don't do.
Right, I understand.
In the printing kind of thing. So,
right. Absolutely. So for you, ideally, you guys are 13 years in at this point. I think that you guys have created a good center stone position here in Temecula. A lot of people here, have been coming to you guys over the years. What do you guys foresee in the next few years for you?
We didn't think that far, I think. It's hard to, obviously we want to grow a little bit more and do more business. And we want to keep the business as it is, keep giving the best customer service that we can, and keep servicing our community. We also do outside of the community, we do a lot of shipping also, so
that's wonderful.
We do shipping if even so we want to keep the people coming in. We want to keep the clients that we have that are our loyal customer that keep repeating. We want to grow a little bit by every year.
Yes.
And
we did add services. It's not like everything that we started. It's not what So we have a lot. For instance, blueprints we didn't do 2 years ago. Engineering.
Training. Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So of course the machines.
That's huge. for I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off,
No,
David,
no,
but
no.
that's huge with the factor that there's a lot of development that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Last year we were very busy.
yeah,
on
I
those,
can believe that.
Yeah.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of development that's happening, and so you know, the one thing I will say, especially out here in California, I said that this one thought I was like, to it be an engineer and to build out here is significant, of course, because of the type of the type of state that we live in. With we have the possibility earthquakes, you know what I mean? So the building codes and all those responsibilities are extreme. So to be able to do I don't know if you actually deb into the AutoCAD total side of it, but to be able to give builders and developers that support, our architects that support. So that even in itself is such a very good diverse ability of a client, for client usage with you guys. As far as the aspect of you guys being here now, is there anything that you would like to share with the community that maybe you haven't shared before, as far as some of the things that you're doing here, or that you would like them to know that you're able to do or want to do?
I want you first of all to know that don't assume we don't do it.
Right.
Always ask.
Right.
Because that's stuff that's not on our list kind of thing, but
Absolutely.
you still can do it.
Absolutely.
A lot of people said, I didn't know you're doing this. Stickers for this. I said, did you ask? Ask.
Exactly.
Don't afraid to
My
ask.
mom always say, you have not because you ask not. Right?
Yeah.
Closed mouth don't get fed, as they say.
Yeah. So,
I concur to that, because a lot of times people will try to box you, or like I'm holding your pricing list, which I already know the pricing itself is always constantly changing.
Yeah, that's
but
what
it gives just a few things that I know that typically people look at, from posters, envelopes, postcards, those kind of general things. But I definitely recognize. I mean, first of all, you got quite a few machines in here, and there's such a wide range of things that you can do. And I feel I say that all the time. You never know unless you ask. And in the case with you guys, definitely a lot of custom orders or things of that nature. Things like that make sense.
and also we are very competitive in prices. So we're getting those response all the time. He says, "Oh wow, really? Oh, we got this month twice as much. Maybe we actually we're charging too little, maybe." But
And you know
we
what?
always-
Sometimes you'd be surprised how people, they'll be like, "Well," but that goes to show you that there are a lot of companies that portray themselves on the fulfillment side, but they really kind of brokering everything out. They're not doing anything. They'll be taking those orders, take their little money off the top, and say, "Okay, hey David, can y'all print this out?" You know what I'm saying? So you see that in different aspects where you guys are physically invested in this space. You're invested in your equipment. You're invested in the space to where people can walk in here and share with you what their scope of work is, and you can designate or figure it out. David, one of the things I do admire too is that you do provide the design services to projects that people have, so even if they don't have it ready to print, they can come and bring it in, or bring that job into you, right? And I tell people this, also recognize, all of us are businesses, so give people time, if you got something, especially if you haven't established a relationship with you guys, give you enough days to try to bring it in and get it turned, but if you're a pain like I am, you'll come in the day before and say, "Can I have it today at 2 o'clock?
Or the same day.
On the same day.
The same hour.
The same hour, like really.
Sometimes we can accommodate and do
Yes.
the same day. It depends on the job. It depends what you need. There's a lot of times that we have, like somebody came last minute. They really need to have it, and I'm like, it's Friday, 3 o'clock. We're closing at 5, and we
Yes.
do accommodate, and we do so. We do our best with those things also.
And that
But
is true.
Yeah.
I've been a witness. I've done it. Hey. I think the best part about this is that you guys are not only you're leading the pack, but you're also you're imparting in your son an opportunity, even if it's something that you don't necessarily stay in, Jonathan, or or maintain, but there's quite a few people that own things that they may not necessarily operate. So I think that it's great that you guys are taking your next generation and giving them an opportunity, you know, and it's going to be something you're going to learn from this. It may not be the totality of things. You might surprise yourself and you may decide that you might want to stay with it. We come in here and have some musical instrumental things going on. But I think it's so important that that just people know that there's good solid businesses in the community, and the fact that the wonderful thing about technology is that even if you're not in this particular area, that does not mean that you can't still do business with Ideal Print and Copy. As long as there's email, electronic correspondence, there's opportunity. So I think for the most part, do you have anything else that I think we spoke on quite a bit already?
No, I think we're pretty much sums it up.
Yeah,
Pretty much. Just give us a try. You'll see our slogan is when quality matters.
Yes.
And
when it comes, good point. Can I say this? Quality does matter. So guys, I need you to hear me. I'm about to fuss at anybody that's not. So listen, it's always cool to start out somewhere. I'm not going to knock Vistaprint, none of those guys out. But I will say this, and I cannot say it enough. Anything that you're putting in somebody's face, hands, or in the visual effect is a representation of you. So if you're in business, take the time to invest in the quality of the materials and the things that is presenting whoever or whatever you do to the next person. So what does that mean? Sonny is telling you to make a wise decision, even if it ain't Ideal Copy and Print. Even though I think it'll be a good decision if you choose Ideal Copy and Print, but make sure you have quality materials. I think that is one of the worst things, that don't be giving people business cards and they got scratched out, or they're, a lot of times people, they'll start out. I'm just being real. We're going to have a real conversation here. So a lot of times people starting out, they'll say, oh yeah, I'm going to go to Vistaprint and and then.
By the way, I wanted to interrupt you. I spotted Vistaprint the minute I touched the card.
You know it.
I know.
You already know it.
I said, "This is a Vistaprint."
You're like, this is some tissue. Oh, this your card. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, guys, the weight of the card, it's a reason why something may say 80 pound or
But what's the problem? They think they're saving money, and guess what?
And it's not.
Eventually, you add all the stuff there and shipping and stuff. Come after 2 weeks.
But see, this is the problem, though.
And you don't save any.
You don't. And then the thing is, but this is the part that cracks me up. You'll say, oh, I'm going to save some money, but then you're going to take it to somebody that you want to do business with you to exchange money with you. Right?
Yeah. It's almost insulting.
It is. It really is. And it's so funny because I don't think people are conscious. Like you're skimping on the opportunity of giving your best self to somebody in some form or fashion. And the same person you're trying to talk to, you're trying to say, hey, you should invest in whatever I got to offer, whether it's a business or a product or something, right? But then you're giving me a card that if I put it next to my drink, it's going to disintegrate. I just need you to think about this, people.
But sometimes it's good because when you get something that is really bad quality and then you come and get something that is really good quality, you appreciate, you know the difference.
Yes.
And that's why people are coming back to us because they know they're going to get a good quality
Correct.
job.
But you'll be surprised. Like, it blows my mind, guys. Sometimes I was just like, and I'm gonna tell you something. Like, even for me, I'll have clients I'm talking to, and they'll say, "Yeah, Sonny," and I'll say, "Okay, I need your logo. I need this." They don't have a logo. Then they don't have, I don't have a business card, or I don't have this. Or if you send me something, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if it's looking crazy, no, we're not going to put that up. Or your pictures, no, we're not going to use that photo. First of all, your eyes are cross-eyed because they're so pixelated in the thing. We no longer see eye to eye. So, but the point, you get what I'm saying?
You know what? You just mentioned something about pixelizing. This is one of the things that differentiates us between the others.
Yes.
We check the files.
Yes.
I mean, if someone says, hey, you send me the file, I just printed it.
True story.
Not with us.
True story.
Not with us.
David, that's true because I can speak for that in my own experience. Because as a realtor, I had some stuff that I was sending over to you for
Yes,
print.
I remember this.
Now, mind you, the file that I was trying to send that you told me needed, I did not have ownership of the file. But clearly, and I appreciated David from moment, oh, Sonny, this is pixelated. Oh, well, we're not going to use that. It did not get done at that point until I could get a file that made sense. So, guys, do not, it's not really worth, doing the minimal things to certain things you just don't want to skimp on,
That's right.
It's one of those things. I'd rather you do a lower amount quality of business cards. If you can only afford 250 cards, just do 250 cards. But don't try to print off something and it looks crazy. It's just not worth it.
And besides, I said, remember, you said you hand someone a bad print because you
A
decided
misspelling
or whatever. But I printed it. I don't want to have my name on it.
Thank you. That's what I was about to say. The representation.
You didn't print it here.
I'm not going to use that because you're not going to have me tied to it. I tell people that honestly, and people don't recognize the brand and everything. Like all of this matters.
Absolutely.
So it's the one time and opportunity to make the best impression.
Absolutely.
So start off with your impression with Ideal Copy and Print and get it done right?
Yes.
And you have some options and opportunities, and they'll be very much more than willing to tell you what you need and how you need to do it. So I appreciate your time, guys. This is wonderful. I'm glad that it's moments like these that I relish in. I tell people all the time that I get to meet some great people. I get to see people where they are doing some amazing things, and I stand behind your work. Most times people get my cards in the physical. They got printed right here. Flyers and different things, my real estate signs, so there's just a plethora of things that you guys offer that I think the world could utilize and appreciate. So if you're a small business owner, I want to give, who wants to share website, social media handles, pages? If you could, Jonathan or Dave, somebody knows the website.
Website www.idealprintandcopy.com.
Okay. Are you guys on Facebook, Instagram?
I'm on Facebook. Yes, Ideal Print and Copy on Facebook. Instagram also.
Okay.
What else? I think that's it. Phone
By the way,
number.
we have actually also a Facebook group.
Okay.
It's ours. We actually admin it. It's called Business to Business.
Temecula
very
Business
nice.
to Business.
Yeah.
Oh,
Temecula
no.
Valley Business to Business.
Oh, cool. I gotta
check
friend
it
you
out.
guys. I didn't know that. Okay,
We are the
wonderful.
admin. We are the one who run it.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
So, guys, literally, you're on social media. You have your website. We're also going to have you online on LouddMouth.com, so people will be able to pull up your profile and be able to get to you and all of that good stuff. And guys, let me forewarn you now. As far as pricing on things, y'all already know we're in a crazy time point. So if you buy something and it cost $100 last week or last year, it may not be $100 today. Don't act funny. Prices everywhere. Eggs cost $25 for the carton of eggs. So something's going crazy here, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, don't drop my eggs.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're listening to the LouddMouth Radio Network. This episode is sponsored by LouddMouth.com, the #1 small business online network. We're putting the word out about small business. Put your business on the referral network online that wants to put the word out about you. 30.7 million small businesses in the U.S., creating 1.5 million jobs annually. Small business accounts for 64% of new job creation in the U.S. There's strength in numbers. No matter what we face, know that there's strength in us. Because of you, we're able, we're capable, we're resilient, and we are available because we are small business. And together, we're the economy.